Alright, you magnificent miscreants. Spiderbot, most divisive little critter since bloody blue shell in Mario Kart. Today we're diving deep into why it's not just a talentless noob gimmick. Oh no, it's far more interesting than that. And for those of you thinking of rage quitting over it, well, let's just say I've got a few choice words for you. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks. It helps channel grow and keeps me from having to start a bloody OnlyFans. Let's crack on, shall we? Right, let's talk about Spiderbot. Bane of some players' existence, or so they claim. I've seen comments. Mark, if you get rid of this nasty face-sucking, no-skill, free-kill, noob-protecting Spiderbot, I might actually play again. Really, mate? That's what's keeping you away? The wee little bot? Here's the thing. Do they annoy hell out of you? Sure, but do they ruin gameplay? Not in slightest. In fact, I'd argue they had a bit of spice to mix. And for those of you screeching about it being a noob gimmick, let me educate you on something called accessibility. Not everyone playing XDefiant is some headset-wearing, sound-whoring veteran who can pinpoint gunfire by ear alone. Some players are either hearing or have other accessibility needs. Spiderbot helps them figure out where action's at, especially on those bigger maps where it's easy to get lost. So if you're whining about it ruining your precious KD ratio, maybe stop and think about how it actually helps others play it damn game. But of course that would require a bit of empathy, wouldn't it? And we all know how rare that is in gaming world. Grow a set, folks. Learn to adapt. Now let's tackle this delightful myth, the idea that Spiderbot is a talentless noob gimmick. I've heard it all, folks. Just a crutch for bad players. It's a free kill machine. It's ruining game for skilled players like me. Newsflash, champ. If a tiny robot is reason you're getting outplayed, problem might not be Spiderbot. See, it's the thing. Just because something's easy to use, don't make it a noob gimmick. Spiderbot don't play a game for you. It don't turn you into some invincible god. What it does is provide information. It's a tool like a UAV in Call of Duty or a drone in Rainbow Six Siege. Difference is it's on ground and can't be shot down from across map by some sniper who thinks he's John Wick. And let's be real here, if you're constantly getting tagged by Spiderbot, maybe it's time to reconsider your approach. Ever heard of counterplay? It's this magical concept where instead of whining about something being OP, you figure out how to deal with it. Shoot the damn thing. Use cover. Or better yet, outsmart player who's deployed it. There's no glory in blaming a gadget for your losses, only in learning how to overcome it. So next time you feel urged to rage quit because the Spiderbot caught you out, take a breath, think about what you could have done differently, and then actually do it. Who knows, you might even get better at game. Shocking, I know. But nah, it's easier to call it a noob gimmick and blame the devs, right? Good job, hero. Now let's move on, because it's time for a bit of real talk. Accessibility. Now I know some of you might roll your eyes at this, thinking it's just some trendy buzzword. But here's the thing, folks. Accessibility in gaming isn't just a nice to have, it's a bloody necessity. Let's break it down. You got players out there who can't rely on sound to pinpoint where action's coming from. They don't have luxury of those fancy 7.1 surround sound headsets that make it sound like your enemy is breathing down your neck. For them, Spiderbot ain't just a gimmick, it's a lifeline. It's a way to stay in game, to be competitive, to not feel like they're playing with a blindfold on. Now imagine you're on a big map, firefights breaking out left, right and centre, and you got no clue where to go. Everyone else is racing to objective while you're stuck trying to figure out where the hell the action is. That's what it's like for players who rely on visual cues instead of sound. Spiderbot gives them fighting chance to keep up, to engage and enjoy game like rest of us. And yet, some of you lot want to rip that away because you think it's making game too easy for them. Have a word with yourself. Gaming should be for everyone, not just for those who fit mould at ideal player. Your idea of fairness is making game harder for those who already face challenges, then maybe it's not Spiderbot that's problem. Maybe it's your attitude. So next time you feel ranting about how Spiderbot is unfair, try and remember it's not just about you. It's about making game playable and enjoyable for as many people as possible. And if that concept don't sit right with you, well, you can always find another game to play. Rest of us will be here enjoying chaos. Right, now we've established Spiderbot isn't spawn of Satan, let's dive into what you can actually do to make sure Spiderbot isn't your personal boogeyman. Because let's be honest, if you're still getting caught by it every match, you're either not paying attention or you're just stubborn. First things first, situational awareness. Yeah, I know, sounds boring, but hear me out. If you see a Spiderbot skittering towards you, don't just stand there gawping like a deer in headlights. Shoot the damn thing, don't take much. And if you're too late and it's hugging your face, look at ground and hip fire. That usually shifts it. Or, if you really are good at game, shoot player following it and let it do its thing. Only takes 40 HP, so you shouldn't have ult to worry about, being as good as you are. Right? Next, let's talk about positioning. If you're hunkering down in a corner somewhere, don't be shocked when Spiderbot sniffs you out like a pig finding truffles. Stay on move, use verticality, climb, drop, slide. Make it work to catch you. The more you move, the less predictable you are, and harder it is for any player, bot assisted or not, to pin you down. And let's not forget about teamwork, cause shocker, this is a team-based game. You're running solo and getting harassed by Spiderbot, call it out to your mates. Bot on me should be all you need to say. Quick shot from a teammate and boom, problem solved. Communication is key, folks. But I know that might be asking a bit much from some of you lone wolves out there. Lastly, let's address power of preemptive strike. If your enemy team loves spamming Spiderbots, don't wait for them to send one your way. Throw out some EMPs, use abilities that disable gadgets. Or just be ready to shoot little bastards second it appears. Take control at situation instead of letting it control you. See, there's plenty of ways to make sure Spiderbot ain't one calling shots in your game. And if you're still getting wrecked by it after all this, well, maybe it's time to reconsider your life choices. But hey, at least now you can't say you weren't given tools to succeed. So what have we learned? Well, apart from the fact that some of you need a bit of kick up ass, we've also learned that Spiderbot, love it or hate it, plays a role in making XDefiant what it is. Not just some cheap gimmick that helps noobs, it's a tool, a challenge, and for some players a lifeline. And let's be real, it's these little quirks and gadgets that make game fun, unpredictable, and yeah, sometimes bloody frustrating. But here's the thing, games evolve and so do players. Instead of wasting your energy mourning about what you think is ruining your experience, why not put energy into adapting, learning, and dare I say it, enjoying game? At the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, right? Have a good time, to challenge ourselves, and maybe, just maybe, to get better. So if you've got thoughts, strategies, or maybe a bone to pick with what I've said today, don't be shy. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and leave a comment below with your thoughts and gaming stories. I might just feature them on channel. I'll see you next time, you magnificent